we are going to have an introduction session on NAPS and NATS, which are the apprenticeship schemes, right? Okay. So as I said that we are going to talk about the apprenticeship schemes, which are a part of the act called Apprenticeship Act 1961. And the two schemes, essentially NAPS and NATS, which is National Apprenticeship Promotion Scheme and National Apprenticeship Training Scheme, makes a part of the both the schemes under the Act. Now, let's understand that who have to follow these, norms or the acts. So, as per the guidelines, both the schemes which fall under Government of India, MSDE and MOE, are the ministries which manages both the schemes. MSDE stands for Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship, and MOE is for Ministry of Education. So they make a part of the Apprenticeship Act, and it says that any company which has more than 30 employees have to mandatorily follow this scheme by keeping 2.5% of the apprentices. Now, before we get into the calculations, one important aspect which I would like to touch upon, that what is the objective of having this act in the nation? So, the spirit of the act is that we have to reduce the gap in the industries, and we have to get the skill and increase the employability of the youth. And that is why, considering the goal, the act came in force. Now, the companies, coming back to the old numbers, so any company which has more than 30 people have to mandatorily keep 2.5% of the total workforce as apprentices. Or in layman language, we can also call these apprentices as trainees or interns, like we keep. And any establishment which has 4 to 29 employees, it's not an obligation, it's an option, because there are some benefits also which are attached to the schemes that we are going to touch upon later. So they can also take the benefits. And less than 4 employees, it is not needed. So, Mahima, I understand that we will have the question and answers at the end, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so then my request to participants are that as I'm moving the slides, they can keep their questions ready and I will address them at the end. So this is the objective and the guidelines for the companies who have to abide by the norms. Now, what are the highlights of these schemes? So it says highlights of NAPS. So that's one of the scheme. But then when you talk about the other one also, NATS, most of the guidelines are the same. So both the acts will have a job role, or like in a normal office, like in a corporate job, we have a job position. So job position is called job role here, and every job role will have a tenure, the duration of the job. So here we say that the job role of the NAP scheme is 6 months to 36 months, which means that the tenure of each job role can be as short as 6 and as long as 3 months. However, all the job roles have a mentioned tenure. So let's suppose if there is a particular job role of account executive and it comes with 12 months. So the job role is minimum for 12 months, but if the establishments want, they can even stretch it under the guidelines which are defined. Or if there is any job role for 2 years, then the tenure for that training or the training period for that job role will be for 2 years. Curriculum is the job description. So what is the job description? What does the apprentice or the trainee need to go through as a part of the training under the curriculum? Then it has age criteria also. So the age for NAPS starts from 14 years. Again, each job role will have the defined age against it, and the qualification is as minimum as 5th pass. So a 5th grader can get into apprenticeship job, and he can start as early as 14 years for a non-hazardous roles. For hazardous roles, it's 18 years up to 35 years. So maximum is 35 years for all the job roles. Now we spoke about the minimum compliance of 2.5%. So I'll give an example here. Let's suppose if a company has total of 100 workforce, let's not call employees because employees mean the employees of the company. But when we say the manpower or the workforce, it will also include the total contractual people who are working for that establishment. So let's suppose if my total count is 100, so out of 100, 2.5%, which is about three candidates, are they have to be complied with. So we have to keep three people as apprentices, and 15% is the maximum that is given to all the companies. So if I want, I can keep up to 15. So that's not an obligation. 2.5 is an obligation. Up to 2.5 to 15% is the choice of the company. Now, why would somebody want to go beyond the compliant limit is that we are going to cover in the later slide, because there are some benefits which are attached to the schemes. So all of it except the age, which is 18 years for NATS, and qualification, which is a minimum graduate and diploma, would stand true for NATS. The rest of it is all same. So we are saying that the minimum stipend. Okay. So like we have salary, all the apprentices, the monthly payout which is given to the apprentices is called a stipend. So the stipend is predefined by the government. And so when I say it is predefined, the minimum is predefined, maximum there is no capping. So a fifth grader is the minimum prescribed stipend for him is 5,000, and the maximum qualification of a graduate would be about 9,000 per month. So that's the minimum capping. Maximum, the establishments can pay as much as they want. Okay, so what is the benefit to employers? Why do they keep apprentices? So the foremost is compliance. As I said that it's the law of the land, 2.5 is compulsory. So all the companies having more than 30 employees or the workforce need to keep 2.5%. Then the job roles or the job positions are not restricted. If the company wants, they can have right from the skilled labor, blue collar, white collar. They can have the apprentices in any job role. Recruitment cost reduction is one that we are hiring the new talent, and second, because of the financial benefits, as I've been talking about, we will cover that what is the monetary benefit which government gives to the establishments through this act. Then the labor law. So the labor law is not valid for these apprentices, which means primarily two components. One is Provident Fund, one is ESIC. So both of these are exempted. However, if the establishment wants, after they have hired the trainee, they can give the Provident Fund, but ESIC would still be exempted. ESIC is restricted and it cannot be given under this program. So these are the apprentices and not the employees, and that is why the labor law is not applicable to them. The next point is true for the manufacturing setups, that these apprentices cannot form the union because they're not the employee. They have come for a specified period to get trained. So by the rule, they cannot form any union. The scheme is very beneficial for the companies who have seasonal requirements. So seasonal requirements, if I have my peak period, say, during the festivities, I can have the apprentices. And then after they complete the tenure, it does not become the obligation of the establishments to absorb them in the job role. Attrition rate is less. New people, they come here with an objective to get trained. So we usually see attrition rate, but then again, it is industry specific. In manufacturing setups, usually we see that the attrition rate is quite high. EPF, ESIC is a part of the labor law, which I covered before. Delinking of stipend. So as we all know that every state has a minimum wage, right? However, the scheme is delinked, which means that the prescribed stipend, which I had shown in the previous slide, would become applicable in the case of apprentices. Okay, now we have been talking about the monetary benefits. So let's understand what are these monetary benefits. So one side, as we understand that the objective of the whole uh, scheme is to increase the employability in the nation, right? And that is why the government has come with this law also that keep 2.5%. But at the same time, it's also the motivation for the companies. The government is promoting it by giving some monetary benefit. So uh, any stipend which is given to the apprentice in NAPS, NAPS, National Apprenticeship Promotion Scheme, 1,500 of that stipend or 25% of the stipend, whichever is lower, is paid to the apprentice by the government, by the ministry. So they'll get 15. So let's suppose if the salary or the stipend of the apprentice is 10,000 rupees, the contract will be signed for 10,000. The establishment or the company will be paying about 8,500. The other benefit of 1,500 will be coming from the government side into the candidate's account directly, which is called direct beneficiary transfer. It's called DBT. Similarly, for the other scheme, NATS, and the basic distinction between both the schemes would be the education. So the NATS entry level would be diploma and degree. And here you would see that the monthly benefit would also be 3 times more. So a diploma candidate will get 4,000. So the share of the government would be 4,000 in case of a diploma candidate and 4,500 in case of a degree candidate. And the next point is true for the companies who are falling under the ambit of CSR. So corporate social responsibilities. We know that most of the big brands, they all fall under the corporate social responsibility, wherein they need to contribute certain percentage of their revenue or the profit into the CSR activities. Now, the Apprenticeship Act beyond 2.5%, because 2.5% is the law of the land, and beyond that, till the permissible limit can also be all the expenses towards the apprenticeship to keep the apprentices can be booked under the CSR also. So that's also contributing to the monetary benefits. And now in this sheet, we have drawn a cost comparison between three different profiles. The first one is the contractual employee. So what happens if we get a contractual employee? What if the person is signed under NAPS, and what if the person is signed under NATS, the second scheme? Now we are saying, see, the foremost thing is that only the freshers can be hired as apprentices, right? So the training would only be given to the people who are fresh, right? So we are saying that all the experienced, youth or the experienced people do not qualify for the scheme. It's mainly for the people who are out from schooling or college, or they have done some technical course. So they can qualify for NAPS and NATS. And the cost comparison between the three, if you see the saving primarily in PF, ESI, bonus, and considering the financial benefit of 1,500 and 4,500, the companies can make a financial saving of about 40 plus thousand rupees in case of NAPS per annum, and 80,000 rupees in the case of National Apprenticeship Training Scheme per candidate per year. So that's what we are showing. And if the company falls under CSR, then they can also book the expenditure of the apprentices under the monetary benefits. Okay. So here we are talking about the distinctive factors between the three. that the age being first 14 and 18 years between NAPS and NATS, contractual I'm not touching upon. Qualification, we are saying that fifth is the entry for NAPS. It can go as high as graduation or diploma. For NATS, the entry is diploma and graduates. Training pre-placement, post-placement hours can be ignored. So this is the same period which will be true for the other employees. So they need to go through the training as per the training module of each company. The different ministries handling it. So one is handled by skill development. The other is handled by education. Government reimbursement, we talked about 1,500, 4,500, and 4,000. And both are OJT. So, and the time period, average, we can say it's about 12 months, but I have given a range of about 6 months to 36 months. This varies as per the job roles. Number of the trainees enrolled, 15% of all employees. Okay, here, uh, only two states, namely Maharashtra and Karnataka, have a different maximum limit. So they have been given relaxation and they have 25% as a maximum limit to keep the apprentices. So all the other state can go up to 15%, but these two can go up to 25%. Registration process is so if a TPA is responsible, the TPA will do the registration. The candidates themselves can do the registrations. The companies, if they are handling the apprenticeship program on their own, they can also do the registration of these candidates. So there is a portal under both the schemes, and all the candidates who come under the apprenticeship scheme will have to be mandatorily registered under the portal. And similarly, when they complete or if they go midway, then all the procedures have to happen on the portal itself. Then at the end of the training program, in the NAPS scheme, the candidates also required to go through an online assessment, which will give them the certificate, NSQF aligned certificate at the end of the program. In NATS also, they will get a certificate, but there won't be any assessment and the certificate won't be NSQF aligned. Statutory compliance, we have covered. The labor law is exempted. CSR benefits, yes, can avail. We can avail post 2.5% of the enrollments. So that's pretty much the difference between both the schemes. Now, what benefits does it bring for the uh, candidates or the apprentices? So one, that they can get an opportunity to work, and at the same time they earn too, and they get the certificate at the end of the training program. They can start as early as 14 year or as early as a fifth grader can also start working in a company. The minimum stipend is defined by the government, and then there are other guidelines, like they all need to be paid by the 10th of the following month. Important point here is that if the establishments have presence in multiple areas, then uh, I can hire a candidate in one, in my maybe in a parent company, but then they are free to work in any location. So, and the apprentices can see their registration. They get the separate login and Aadhaar number when they get registered on the portal. So these are the different benefits and the features which apprentices or the candidates have. Now, what is the role of EduVantage? What does EduVantage do in the whole scheme of things? So, as a third party aggregator, we are a licensed third party aggregator, and we facilitate all the sectors, all the corporates who fall under the guidelines, primarily more than 30 people. So, we help them with recruitments, which is defined as mobilized candidates here. So, if the company says that we also want you to recruit, so we will gather the job description, and the job description would primarily be not as like as a detailed description what the person will be doing, but rather what is the kind of the background which they want, like ITI in any particular trade, what is the age, what is the stipend, what are the allowances, because from these freshers, we don't expect that they would be knowing, work. So there is no job description as to what they will be doing. Yes, but broadly it will be defined that, okay, this person will be working on assembly and hence this, skill is needed. So, and then we will collaborate with the vendors, institutes, ITIs, and get the people and mobilize them with the companies. Then the second being the portal management. As I told you that both the schemes have different portals. So if I have apprentices and I do not register them on the portal, it is as good as not complying with the guidelines. So once you get the apprentices, one, that you have to register, and secondly, at the end of every month, you have to process their payroll. So once you process the payroll, then only it qualifies for the monthly disbursement. So that's also done by the third party aggregators. And the third would be the claims or the disbursements, as I have just called them. So when sometimes because of documentation or because of some technical issues, if they get stuck, because the TPS work very closely with the ministry. So we facilitate all the companies for a smooth disbursement process. Plus, there are time to time changes in the guidelines. So, like DBT, direct beneficiary transfer, wasn't the case in the previous year. So, it came this year. So, we did all the hand holding with the companies. We got DBT, in support with the ministry stabilized for the companies. Then the Aadhaar seeding, if you have heard of it. So all the candidates have to be Aadhaar seeded before they come for the program. So all those kind of support or any migration. So if after the DBT, the portals change, so all the migrations, so all those services are done by the TPA. So that's our role. And here, mobilization, I'm sure that you are all aware that how do we do it? So we do it through social media. We tie with the training partners. We have different institute, colleges, schools associated with us, and that's how we get the profile of the candidates, and we match it with the establishments who are looking for the recruitments. Uh, these are the recruitment drives with the government. And okay, so you would know that we are operating out of New Delhi, but we have our presence almost in every state. We are associated with almost 300 plus companies, and we have been facilitating companies in every zone. Some brands that we have associated with, so manufacturing like Ultratech, um, QSR, or food processing is the milkshake company called Keventers. Then we have Daikin, the air conditioner manufacturers, and we have Anand. So they are into auto parts. Plus, we also have hospitality brands like Taj and Oberoi's. So we are all the official TPAs, and in some companies, we are also the hiring partners for all these brands. So that's pretty much from my side. Mahima, should I keep the presentation on in case we need to refer to something?
Yes, ma'am. Let's keep this presentation.
Okay,
Yeah.
sure, sure. So thank you so much. That's all from my side. And if you have question or if you want me to spend some more time on a particular slide, please go ahead.
Anyone, if you have any question, kindly drop this on the chat box, please.
So Skill India, I say for the people who know. What will the role of a college or university placement cell? Yes. So let's take an example here. So there is this company. We'll take the example of Anand Group of companies, right? They are they are into auto parts manufacturing, and they have requirements very often. So let's suppose if they have requirement of say about 100 diploma holders in a particular trade called mechanical, right? Now, in this case, we get in touch with either the colleges, as per the requirements. So when they say mechanical, we will get in touch with all the polytechnic colleges, we will get in touch with the placement cell of the college, and we will get the data of the interested candidates who would want to start their career as an apprentice in the company. And then we are going to match it. So let's suppose the placement or the campus drives, so depending on the number, if the number is large, then we arrange the campus drive at the college, wherein we will get the either we will come, we will do the recruitments on their behalf, or we will get the establishments, HR, Spox, or the different plant, and then the hiring process would follow. So the college would essentially give us the kind of the candidates we want. So they will run the entire campus hiring or the virtual hiring. So with the help of colleges and universities, we get the candidate and match them with the companies. And it all comes with zero cost. We don't charge anything from the candidate or the college. And on the other side, the colleges also get a good name because they have the candidates to place, and that's how they market themselves. So I hope I have answered this
No, one more
question.
question is there, ma'am. There is what one person Arjun has asked fees for agency registration.
I will, then no, I'm going one by one. So I hope I have answered one. The second
Okay.
is, what does the individual have to do? So what individual, so the next question is that I joined late. What does the individual have to do? So the individuals here are the Spocks from your side. I did not get this question. What does the individual have to do? So what individuals we are referring to? If you're talking about the individuals who are the leads, like which we got from the previous print ads, then see there are individuals who have good connects with colleges or institutes who can help us connect with them, and we can get candidates through them. So these individuals basically can help us recruit people at the companies. So if I've understood the question, so that's how they can help, or individual mobilizers, you can call them. Fees for agency registration. So if the agency is the mobilizing agency, or the college, or the institutes, no fee. If there are industries, so let's suppose if somebody wants to hire us as a TPA and want us to manage the facilitation of the entire program, then there is a fee which we would charge on a candidate basis and on the service. So if it is mobilization, then we will charge them for, like it happens in normal recruitment. If you are helping me with recruitment, I'll charge certain percentage of your salary. Similarly, we do that. And if you're managing your portal, then again, fee per person. But otherwise, if you're asking that agency registration as in the college or the institute registration with us, no fee. That comes free. And rather, we would incentivize the mobilizers and the individuals who would help us connect with the institutes. How much time I have to spend per day? Okay, spend per day in what? That's Jyoti Ramachandran. If you can elaborate it. And then I have how to connect with. Actually, Prabhakar ji, I'm not able to get these questions. So there are two questions. So one is how much time I have to spend per day, and the second is how to connect with madam. I did not
So
understand.
I think, ma'am, Jyoti, she wants to ask how much time I should spend per day on getting this kind of thing. So that is individual's choice. How much? So whatever your contacts have, you have to spend the time accordingly. There is no time limitation or time frame to get connected or all these things.
So does
And
it
how
mean
to
that
connect?
they're, yeah, sorry. Please go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, and how to connect with madam means they want your number. So that is the second thing.
Okay. That you have, you can pass on. But
Yeah,
my
sure.
request would only be once they have, see, the whole idea of giving this introduction is that the basic is given to the companies, because in the previous call I had realized people did not know anything about NAPS and NATS, right? They did
Yes,
not even
yes,
know.
yes,
So if
yes.
I did not go too deep into it, so you can tell them that these are the schemes of Apprenticeship Act,
Hmm.
wherein wherein the industries will also get the benefits. So first we'll have to understand what does the person want. If he wants us to connect with recruitments with colleges, then we can tell them that okay, what kind of people we want. Usually we need technical people, or depending on the job roles, and then we
Yes.
can incentivize them. So
Hmm.
that's pretty much it. And if some people have industry connect and they say that okay, we can get you the industries, then also we can incentivize on a monthly basis the volume of the business which we get. Like, let's suppose if
Yes.
we get 100 candidates and we are managing their portal, if I am taking about 200 rupees, then certain percentage of it I'm going to give to this person on a monthly basis. So,
Right.
so and once they know that okay, people are there, yes, they have connect, they can give my number. But if they say that no, we have it and we don't have it, then get their profile, pass it on to me, and if I find it relevant, I will surely give them a call. Industry
Right.
connects, irrespective of anything, it matters. If somebody says that okay, I have good connect and I have a good size of a company. See, if any company has about 50 people, he would never want to go to TPA. So I would say that at least, the size should be about 500 so that it makes sense. 500 ka 2.5% would be about uh 12 to 15 people, correct?
Right.
What will be the benefit to the resource person? I have told you, if he's a mobilizer, then he gets incentivized for mobilization. If he is the person who can connect us with industries, then we incentivize it on the portal management fee, which we collect every month. How to associate with your organization? So depending what services you want, right? And then I'm sure Prabhakarji and Mahima can help you.
Yes.
Please
Please
share.
share the rest.
Hmm.
So registration links. So what links? There is no link to share.
So Prabhakarji, these are all the callers.
Yes.
Okay, okay. So for them, see, guys, don't worry about getting to know everything about the act. Primarily, mobilization. Any individual who says I have good connect with the colleges, get their profile, pass it on to me, and then we can have a conference call and I can take it ahead and give you the update. The
Right.
second, people with good industry connect, say about 500 plus resources company. Okay, I can give the presentation along with the person and just get the details, how many industry connects they have. I don't need to have the name or something, and we can make it completely transparent, wherein me and this person can approach the company. We can give the presentation and still they make money. So it's as
Right.
simple as that. And the scheme, the scheme is led by the company, led by the government, wherein you make the one that it is compliance. So all the companies have to do it unless they want to become non-compliance, and non-compliances will also get them the show cause notices, right? The penalty.
Correct.
Or if they want to maximize it, then it is their benefit. They save about 40,000. So this figure is important. 40,000 to 80,000 rupees per person per annum. And other than that, if it is a very big company, they make CSR benefits also.
Right. So one more question is that I'm working with Industry and Educational Connect more than 10 years of experience.
I don't see this question. So come again, please. Little slow. What
I
is the
am I
question?
am working with Industry and Educational Connect more than 10 years of experience. So he's asking basically how to start.
Ah, so very good. See, if you're working with the institutions or industries, and if you have good connect, right? You tell them, send the introduction, tell them about the program. If they're keen, we can connect. So mobilization, I've told you that we need people, mainly ITI diploma holders in any trade other than computer science and civil. And we need non-technical also, but the ratio is
नहीं आ रहा है आवाज।
lesser. Sir, आवाज आ रही है? Hello, am I audible? Sir, Prabhakar ji, am I audible? Mahima, am I
Yes,
audible?
yes, yes. You are audible. Audible.
Okay. Yes, ma'am. Okay. So, and industry connect, okay, you have the industry connect, talk to them if they're keen. We can set up a call and we can present the whole apprenticeship program to them.
Right. One more person has asked in chat. I have good college connect, same thing, and industry connect. Okay.
Very good. Then
Then
my request would be share the list of the colleges which you have in your network that will help us to know the background of the students, so we would know that, okay, these colleges we can get associated with, right?
And one more person has asked, ma'am, to whom I have to contact for college student placement? Obviously, training and placement officer.
Placement officer, placement officer. And then the placement officer will have their entire team.
Right.
So you will have the university placement self, you will have the college placement, you will have the placement ITIs.
How to collaborate with Advantage as a trainer or as a resource mobilizer?
So simple, get us the industry connect, right? And
Mhm.
from there we take it on. So first we understand what kind of connect you have and how can we work together. And as I told you, it's very transparent, because day one, I don't expect you to be thorough with the guidelines. So we will sail it through together, not without you. Any industry connect which you have, we will have the meetings and we'll see how much. But I need to first understand the background of the industries, how many, what are they into, what kind of people they want, what kind of services they want, recruitment, they want portal, they want both. So
Right.
everything.
Right. So, good evening, all, once again. So, we will share the are you recruiting college pass out students, ITI diploma?
Yes, surely. We
Yes.
always have. So any given day, if you talk to me, we are always in need of people. Always. It depends, what trades they are. So let's suppose if the company says that I have requirement of electrical, I want female, it keeps changing, every month they will have. So
Yes.
then we have to look at the, Kitty, that, okay, what is the kind of opening we have? But then answering it shortly, we have it every day. We have the job openings every day.
Right. So, we will share with this PPT with you, or means you people who
Yeah.
wants it, and you can share with whatever industry or wherever you are going. Where should I register for manpower supply?
Manpower supply, as in, you don't have to register anywhere, as I told you. So you get us the connect, you tell that, okay, this is the college and they have, like they have a batch size of this in this trade, and we'll let you know if we have opening. Then we go through you.
Right. So we will be sharing this PPT, and then you can, wherever you are going, you have some connect, you can show this PPT, and based on the requirement of that particular college or that particular industry, you can set up a call with ma'am. We will help you set up a call with ma'am, and then after that discussion, we can take it ahead. So
Correct, correct.
first thing is basically you people definitely have the requirement either with the industry or with the colleges, and then understand the requirement, and then we'll fix up the call.
Correct, correct. And when you talk
Correct.
about the registration, see, at maximum, I'll also give you the Google form. And the Google form essentially will have the name and the phone number, correct? Which I'll
Right.
as it is have. Like now, when we are in the same network, then I know that who you are. And then you get me the details of the candidates, what candidates, what is the batch size, when are they available? Are they, then there are like details. So like,
Right.
uh, uh,
One
ha- is the result out? Are they still pursuing it? So the requirement
one
varies from company
more
to company.
question is there, ma'am. If a student has a gap after diploma or graduation, is he applicable for NATS?
Okay. See, no. So for NATS, NATS, any student who is a pass out will qualify. And also there is another guideline. It's not very important, so I did not mention that anybody who had procured a degree or a diploma in the last 5 years qualify. So let's suppose if I'm sitting in 2024, so anybody who has had a degree from 2019 onwards up till 2024 can qualify. Let's suppose if he has a degree of 2018, correct, which is more than 5 years, then he can work as an apprentice, but he will be qualifying for NAPS, National Apprenticeship Promotion Scheme, not training. But I did not find it necessary to mention because usually a person who has passed out the diploma or a degree 5 years back would essentially be working. And if he's working, he doesn't qualify for apprenticeship as it is, right? So I am relating this to your question. So anybody who has a backlog or who doesn't have a degree or a diploma also does not qualify. So they can go for NAPS, and meanwhile during the duration, if they qualify or if they clear the backlog, then maybe the remaining period they can be placed as NATS employee, NATS apprentice.
Right.
But only pass outs can go for NATS.
Right. So I think we have answered all your questions, and you will be getting the PPT as mentioned here. And after that, we will definitely would love to get something from your side. If you people are really interested, start working on the field and get some results, then we will take it ahead.
Yeah, simple. Just get the college name, the background, what kind of students they have, when can they give. That's it. That's it. Any preferences you have. So we need to understand there is a demand state, there is a supply state. So supply is usually Jharkhand, Northeast. Then you have Chhattisgarh, you have Bihar, right? These are the supply
Odisha,
states.
Odisha.
Orissa. So you see, understand, always talk to the people. Now you say that, okay, I have 1,000 people, but then they say, sorry, they are not okay to move out. Now, where will I get the industries in, those places? So they should be open to work anywhere, right? The interview process is very simple. They would only be asked very simple questions, right? And most of the time it is virtually done also, unless the number is substantially high. So if it is a high number, then the campus drives, and they get associated with very good companies, leading. So I think that's the best way to start the profession.
Right. ठीक है. Okay. So I think we have answered all your questions, and please start working and sharing the details. We will share you whatever you require, PPT and all, and then we will connect as per the requirement.
Yeah, and if you have any further question coming in based your discussions with anybody, you route it through Mr. Prabhakar, and I'll answer.
Yes. If I give you college contacts, what the benefit as a company end?
Okay, so if you give me the college contact, I'm sorry, we will not be able to give you. So the benefit will only be given you when the people get hired, because that's how we get paid, right? So let's suppose if you've given me 100 people, now those 100 people also have to clear the interview, correct? And once they get placed, right, then only the company will pay me. So when the company pays me, then I share my or I incentivize you from that share, right? But if I don't get, just getting the contact, no, because most of the time those contacts are also not, relevant.
Yes. So once the actual student comes, once the actual
Joins, yeah.
work starts, then only the incentive part will come.
Correct, correct. And that's basis the agreement which we have signed with the company. Some would say immediately, some would say 10, 15 days, so whatever, we are very transparent, as I told you. We'll tell you, okay, see, this is what it is. So terms and conditions, before you start, you tell me, okay, I'm giving you the people. So we have the entire placement team, so the placement is not this easy. So if you have 100 people, and if you are operating out of individual capacity, it won't be possible for you to, touch base with those 100 people. But we have our team, so they will do everything. You have to just get us the connect, and that's how you get into this avenue and make
Right.
money.
ठीक है. Thanks everyone. Thanks for joining, and thanks Tilpi ma'am for giving us time.
Anytime.
And ठीक है, let's start working, and any questions, queries comes, we will take it anytime. You can call and we can take it ahead.
Sure.
Sure.
Sure, ISEC team, and thank you all the
Thanks.
participants.
Thanks, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Good evening.
Bye. Bye.